Hi, friends. This is Xavier, your host of Vino Fino. Before we get started, I'd like to remind you that this is an explicit podcast, and it's also a very opinionated one. I definitely don't mean to offend anyone with what I say, but keep in mind that the subject matter is all over the place. So before we get started, buckle up. Yeah, I guess buckle up, and here we go.
You're listening to Vino Fino.
So I just came across the craziest TikTok. Well, it's not the craziest. I've seen crazier, but it was, for some reason, I kept seeing like UFOs, and I guess specifically in San Diego / Tijuana area, like in Mexico, there was these like big, like movie-esque. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Signs, but there's like this scene in it where it's supposedly like these big orbs that are overlooking like a city. I don't know. It was like creepy and very exciting to me. I was thinking about it yesterday. They talk about a lot in I guess in like all the conspiracy stuff that you listen to, how the media and stuff try to instill so much fear in us and whatnot. So I was genuinely thinking how I don't think I'm scared. Like anytime I see stuff like that, like UFOs or aliens or like new crazy discoveries, like if anything, I get more excited and hopeful that we're on our way to a better path, I guess. I don't know. I guess it's just wishful thinking. But anyways, I'm sidetracking. I was on TikTok prior to sitting down to record this, and that just really caught my eye. If you guys go on TikTok, I'm sure you just type in like UFOs San Diego or whatever, and I'm sure you'll see them. Like you'll see them more and more, like legit. I've never seen so much UFO footage in my life than I do now. And I always question it. Everything that I think now, I question it, because it's like, okay, are these my own thoughts? Or is this literally being fed to me? Because the internet's so creepy that it's like, how everything gets like targeted to you. The other day I was talking about how, oh my god, I'm so good at sidetracking. Welcome to Vino Fino, you guys. By the way, my name is Xavier. I am your host. I just totally went in. Welcome. This is kind of the kind of content that you're signing up for. And if you're coming back, thank you for listening. Thank you for coming back and hanging out. Anyways, what I was saying is that I was at this Memorial Day event in Laguna Hills earlier this month. Was it earlier this month? Yeah, it was. And one of the vendors, like event people there, was like this energy thing. I forget what it's called. I can't think of it. I should have researched it. I'm actually going to try to Google it right now as I'm talking. But anyways, I made chat, like small talk with one of the representatives, and towards the end of the event, he gave me this like energy gel drink. I'm trying to find it. I feel like it's gonna pop up anytime soon. Gave it to me, and I was like, oh my god, I've never seen something like this. It was kind of like gel like, and my coworker that I was with, my boss at the time, was like, it tastes like Jello, and like, I don't know, it was just weird. I had never seen, like, I feel like the texture would disgust me. But anyways, what I'm getting to is that I saw that. I don't think I mentioned the name at all. Legit at all, like that I'm thinking. I sit down and I'm like, I don't think about it at all. But anyways, I brought it to my roommate because I was like, okay, maybe my roommate will like it at the time. I gave it to her, and then I was on my phone and I get an ad from that very fucking same company / drink, and I'm like, how? Like, I had never in my life heard of this thing. Like, I don't think I even mentioned it. I had even seen my housemate yet, you know, like, and somehow the FBI agent got to it. I don't know. Anyways, I'm sidetracking. How many times have I said anyways? I say anyways so many times during my podcast. But that's okay because it's my podcast and not yours. Moving on to other news. The reason that I wanted to do this podcast is because I mentioned how I wanted to get back into some like conspiracy talks here and there, like dedicate some episodes to it. And my original thought is I really wanted to have a guest for this episode, but it hasn't worked out. I've been a little sidetracked with my own side quests that I haven't been able to sit down and kind of like confirm anything with a guest. So we'll work on that. But I did want to talk about some juicy, fun conspiracies. And I'm going to do more research on it. This is just like the tip of the iceberg as everything that I talk about. Again, everything is alleged. There's no concrete evidence that, you know, that spells this is true. But the evidence out there, you know, you choose what you want to believe in. I think it's fun. I think it's crazy. It's just, it adds a little spice to this life. But so... how do I get into it? Like, how do I, like, present it? So, I was watching a TikTok. Again, how credible is that, right? The source. But I was watching this TikTok of someone talking about Stranger Things and the particle, like a splitter machine or whatever that they had. And how the media puts things out there. Oh my God, is that fireworks or gunshots? You never know around here. But how the media puts things like in front of us just to make things obvious or whatever. But I started doing a little bit of research because I was like, wait, what are they talking about? I was like, what does this mean or whatever? So it led me to this thing called CERN, and I should actually look up what CERN stands for. I'm gonna do that right now. I just realized that CERN probably stands for something. So it stands for European Council for Nuclear Research. That doesn't make sense because wouldn't that be Eastner? It's, I don't know, whatever. It's CERN. But pretty much what CERN is, and this is like from their website, right? It says, at CERN, we probe the fundamental structure of the particles that make up everything around us. We do so using the world's largest and most complex scientific instruments. So, in Stranger Things, if you're not familiar with Stranger Things, this is the premise of it, like spoilers ahead or whatever, and forgive me if I get the spoiler things lore or like the actualities of it wrong. I love this show, but sometimes I just, you know, sometimes I forget the facts. But correct me if I'm wrong. The Russians or something, like, they're known. The reason a lot of Stranger Things is based off of that, the Russians opened up a portal to the, oh my God, what is it called? Why am I blinking? The Nether. Not the Nether. That's fucking Minecraft. The Underworld? The Upside Down. Oh my God. The Upside Down. How they opened up the Upside Down. Pretty much just fucked with our physics too much, our reality and whatnot. So, you know what happens in Stranger Things if you know what happens, okay? So, pretty much what happens is that something like that is legit. Like, something like that really exists. There's people out there, CERN, you know, these people that work in CERN, that they literally specialize in probing, like, the structure of particles with like these complex machinery and like scientific instruments or whatever, quote unquote. And I'll read you some more on it because it's like, it's very in depth. Like they've done interviews, I believe. I can't say I'll link it here or whatever, but if you look up like CERN stuff, what they've done, and like there's this Reddit thread of this supposedly like CERN ex-employee or something that talked about how in 2012 CERN did like this experiment, and that's how the Mandela effect started and whatnot.
You're listening to Vino.
All right, sorry, that was annoying. Obviously you guys could hear my dog went crazy. My sister came home and she was trying to scare me. I don't know if any of you guys have this anxiety, but if anyone ever comes to my door and like knocks, please don't. I have so much anxiety over it. Like, I hate it. Just please don't do that. So she like knocked on the doorbell and I was like, oh my god, holy fuck, like who's here? So I went into hiding and we ended up having dinner and watching Stranger Things. I've been trying to like push her to watch it because I want her to catch up to season 4 so that we can watch it before like the last 2 episodes come out on Friday. And we finally made it to season 4, but she got tired on me, unfortunately, so we had to like cut it off. But I made her watch the first 8 minutes of season 4. There was this like YouTube video that came out like prior to the season coming out that you could watch it, so I gave her like the full experience, and we're gonna start tomorrow. But anyways, going back to what I was talking about, CERN, which is actually very again correlating, you know, regarding like everything that I was talking about, especially with Stranger Things. But I wanted to tell you guys a little bit more, just so you guys kind of get like an idea as to what CERN does. I did tell you guys that they do that they probe, keyword probe, the fundamental structure of particles that make up everything around us. So I'll read you a little bit of stuff just off of their website, because I don't know this not off the top of my head. I did not memorize it. There's no need, you know, but physicists and engineers at CERN use the world's largest and most complex scientific instruments to study the sorry, I can't read. To study the basic constituents of matter, fundamental particles, subatomic oh my god, I should reread that. Okay, let's redo that, okay? Physicists and engineers at CERN use the world's largest and most complex scientific instruments to study the basic constituents of matter, fundamental particles. Subatomic particles are made to collide together at close to the speed of light. The process gives us clues about how the particles interact and provides insights into the fundamental laws of nature. We want to advance the boundaries of human knowledge by delving into the smallest building blocks of our universe. The instruments used at CERN are purpose-built particle accelerators and detectors. Accelerators boost beams of particles to high energies before the beams are made to collide with each other or with stationary targets. Detectors observe and record the results of these collisions. It was founded in 1954, and it's located astride, okay, the Franco-Swiss border near Geneva. It was one of Europe's first joint ventures, and it has 23 member states. I feel like I'm like fucking class. Sorry guys, I'm just like reading all this list, but I thought, you know, I'm sure that I could delve into it, and I'm sure someone will. I don't know if I want to at the moment, but I'm curious to see as to like what these states have, like what's the catch, like what's in it for them. But so the 23 member states, Austria, Belgium, Bulgaria, the Czech Republic, Denmark, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Hungary, is it Hungary, whatever, Israel, Italy, Netherlands, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Serbia, Slovak, Republic, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, and United Kingdom. Cyprus, Estonia, and Slovenia are associate member states in the pre-stage to membership. Croatia, India, Latvia, Lithuania, Pakistan, Turkey, and Ukraine are associate member states. I'm not sure what member states are, but yeah. So CERN, crazy. Like it's above my pay grade. You know, I don't know what it means, but scientifically speaking, if you like look into it, it talks about how there's this like forum where it's like a planetary alignment is pretty much key to like everything that's recently happening. They're trying to like I don't know how to describe it, but like they're actively like there's this interviews out there that they've done like where they've admitted that they're literally trying to, I don't know how to say it, like open up a different like portal. It sounds crazy. It sounds like make believe. It's like, what the fuck are you even talking about? You know, like you've been watching a little too much Stranger Things, and maybe I have, which is it's literally quite literally why I'm doing this podcast episode at the moment. You know, like I was like, I'm gonna sit down and talk about this because it's been on my mind too much, and here we are. It's just crazy just thinking about this. There's this theory that it leads into where it's like the world ended in 2012, and the only reason that it just resonates with me, it's due to the fact that there's just so much evidence out there. You know, like if you look up like the Mandela effect, CERN did something in like 2012. Like that's when they started like that. I don't know, started, excuse my verbiage, but that's when they did something that really like shook I guess the fabric of space and time, and supposedly they like created a wormhole or something, or like it just destroyed us. So there's theories out there and conspiracies that say that the world ended in 2012, that we're living in like a simulation in a way, or that they destroyed the world, and now they like put us in a simulation or whatever, you know, just to try to, until they figure out what to do next or whatever. So that's where like the Matrix or whatever comes in place. I don't know. It's crazy. I want to know like what you guys think. Like, you know, like I swear there's like it's never ending. It's just like a rabbit hole from one thing to another, and it drives me insane because it's like you feel like you finally start to like learn everything about something, and then it's like, no, you haven't, you know. And it's a little crazy. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think.
You're listening to Fino.
I just started talking gibberish, I realized, and I sidetracked so much, you guys. I think with my sister distracting me earlier, I kind of lost my train of thought. The whole reason I wanted to talk to you guys about this is because I am a lover of a date. You know, like you tell me a date or like a prospective like scary thing that's gonna happen, I live for it. It started all back in the day when, like, I don't know if you guys remember back in 2006, on June 6th of 2006, it was like 666, and it was like this crazy thing. It really was, at least for me in my life at the time. I was scared. I was like, oh my God, something's gonna happen. And I think there was like this movie that I had seen, I think, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, it probably wasn't even out at the time, but it was called The Omen, I think, and it was just like related to 666, and it was just so scary, the concept of the Antichrist. It just in general, just thinking about the whole world ending, it's scary, you know, like obviously I don't want to die, but if it happens, it happens. I'm sidetracking again. Anyways, I wanted to read you guys I just fucking lost it. Are you kidding me? Pretty much this article from Reddit, not article, the subreddit, from subreddit Starseeds. Okay, I found it. It's from user Buddha Cowgirl, GRL. And it tells you like a little bit more in depth. I'm sorry that I can't really like explain it like word for word. Unfortunately, there's just my mind just it runs a little too fast that I can't sit here and explain. I'm just not a teacher, but pretty much okay what it is, and this is word for word, okay. 2 links. The planetary alignment is key. That just recently happened. Okay, this is 2 days ago. CERN is attempting to access the Saturn polar configuration. Let's go back to that, whatever that is. The Large Hadron Collider at CERN is the world's most powerful particle accelerator and the largest and most complex facility ever constructed. Excuse me. It was built by the European Organization for Nuclear Research between 1998 to 2008 in collaboration with over 10,000 scientists and engineers, as well as hundreds of laboratories. The accelerator allows scientists to collide high-energy subatomic particles in a controlled environment and observe the interactions. Okay, so what I'm getting from that is that they do crazy sciencey stuff. I don't know how, like colliding high energy subatomic particles works. I can't even like fathom to imagine it. I like can picture it because of like things like Stranger Things and like movies and like science fiction, I guess. So I'm picturing like some crazy machinery with like a lot of powerful, but like what the fuck? Like how is that anything? Like who, like why do we need to do that? Like what does that do? Like I just want to like what? Like are we playing God or something? Like I don't know. Anyways, that's crazy. Ever since the Large Hadron Collider, correct me again if I'm wrong how I'm saying it, began operation back in 2008, there has been a host of conspiracy theories regarding the machine. Some not so convincing, others more so. One theory that has caught my imagination is the possibility that the machine could open a wormhole or portal to another dimension. Russian mathematical physicist Arefeva and whatever, and sorry, I keep saying whatever. I sound so like nonchalant and like that I don't care and disrespectful. I really am not trying to be. Arefeva and Igor Volovich believe that the energies generated by the subatomic collisions by the Large Hadron Collider may be powerful enough to rip space-time itself, spawning wormholes. Why do we need that? I don't know, but if you keep up with like conspiracies and like like the Illuminati and like all that crazy fucking like adrenochrome alien reptilian shit, it kind of like goes hand in hand, which is trippy. So it's kind of like always like you're always doing like a full 360, 180, or I don't know, you're just going in circles with this shit. Sorry, I keep cutting off. I just gotta chime in. I don't want to just read to you guys. Sorry, I keep like running out of breath. My nose is stuffy, so I'm like just breathing with my mouth, and then since I'm like reading, I like gotta catch my breath. Okay. The idea that CERN could open up a wormhole is hard to believe, but it's something CERN have also hinted at themselves. The director of CERN, Sergio Bertolucci, said the Large Hadron Collider at CERN could open a door to an extra dimension, and out of this door might come something, or we might send something through it. What the fuck? Like, I gotta look up if that's true. Sergio Bertolucci. Let's see if this is true. Sergio Bertolucci dimension. I'm just gonna type in like keywords and see what pops up. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm not gonna click. Okay. Oh shit. So there's something directly off of CERN's website, Multiplying Dimensions. CERN's director for research and computing, Sergio Bertolucci, on why he's a confirmed fan of TED Talks. Okay, I think that's something else. Okay, so there is articles out there. I don't know. I'm not gonna go and like fact check them, but there's things out there, like if there's research out there and it leads you to like more research, I feel like it's juicy stuff, like if there's just bullshit Google results on the first page, then you're probably not onto something, but there's something, okay? So I'm going to continue on. Some have speculated that the wormhole CERN will open will be a celestial wormhole. When investigating CERN, researcher Goro Adachi discovered that CERN's Large Hadron Collider machine appears to mirror celestial bodies, and he speculates that the machine could open up a wormhole. There's a CERN Stargate decoding the Large Hadron. There's like an article. Meanwhile, according to Nick Hinton, author of the book The Saturn Time Cube Simulation, based on Mayan mythology, one day there will come a time when celestial alignment causes a cosmic doorway or wormhole to open. He links this cosmic doorway to CERN and the Saturn polar configuration. In the article titled How CERN Plans to Use the Large Hadron Collider to Open Portals to Other Dimensions. Okay. Researcher Adam Milton Barker speculates that CERN's goal is to access the Saturn polar configuration, which some say was a portal or wormhole, saying there are some very interesting theories connected to CERN. One theory is that there is a connection between CERN and Saturn. You may have heard of Jacob's ladder, which is described in the book of Genesis. One of CERN's goals is to recreate Jacob's ladder and reopen a portal that is said to have existed between Earth, Venus, Mars, and Saturn when the planets were in alignment many thousands of years ago. Again, if any of that sounds familiar, there's so much out there, you guys. It just sounds crazy, but there's theories out there that I've read about our ancient civilizations, the cultures that disappeared, that we pretty much just don't know what happened to them. They just left traces of their art, their technology, their culture behind, and that's all that we can study, right? Like the pyramids, the Mayans, the Incas, etc. Whatever it is. So a lot of them, there's stories between like the natives or just even in their culture where they talk about for example, they say that the Mayans didn't like die off, they like ascended, supposedly. Like they either went into the inner earth, or some stories, or that they could have fucking teleported to, again, Mars, Venus, Saturn, or whatever it is. It's funny and it's interesting because when you look at just even basic like history, like you don't even have to think crazy. Like when you're taught about the pyramids that exist throughout the world, I'm not talking about just the pyramids in Egypt, I'm also talking about the pyramids in like South America. I'm sure there's other ones that I can't think of right now, but those are the ones that obviously come to mind usually when you think of pyramids. How is it that there's pyramids on one side of the world that correlate with ones from the other side of the world, and somehow they are aligned with the cosmos in a way, like that's crazy. Like, especially when you think about like the technology that we possess now and that they supposedly didn't possess back then. But then there's even simple questions as to like, how did they make the pyramids? Does that make sense? Are you guys catching my drift? This is why I love me a good conspiracy, there is Okay, so curiously, even famous conspiracy theorist David Icke subscribes to the idea in his book, Everything You Need to Know But Have Never Been Told. Icke says, I have said in previous books that the Large Hadron Collider, the world's largest particle accelerator at the European Organization for Nuclear Research in Switzerland, is the process of creating portals into other realities. I say this includes a connection with Saturn through which energies and entities come into our reality through a Saturn stargate or portal to other dimensions. Excuse me. CERN has a particle accelerator lab in Jordan called Sesame. The name Sesame could have significance in relation to opening a doorway to other dimensions, as Sergio Bertolucci said, because the word sesame is part of the magical phrase open sesame. Okay, what? I don't know what I just read. That sounds stupid. I'm just reading through the comments. This just happened. But pretty much what they're doing is that on July 5th, they're turning it back on and they're promoting it as this is the most powerful, like, time that they've turned it on, like that they're putting in some work, like this accelerator or whatever is putting in overtime, honey, you know, like it's going to work. Like eviction letter is at the door, actually, like they're literally trying to serve the eviction papers at the door. Okay, so it's putting work. So what that tells me is that the Demogorgons are going to be roaming around the streets anytime now. No, but seriously, you guys, it's just like so many coincidences sometimes that when you think about it, it's like supposedly if you look up like July 4th or July 5th, sometime in July, there's like an alignment in the cosmos, and then CERN is doing this. So it's just like, what the fuck? And mind you, some of the articles and stuff that you read is from years ago. So it's like, how is it correlating to now? Or is it like, how is it true now? I don't know. It's crazy. I keep saying that. I know. I feel like I say that. I'm so repetitive. I'm sorry, you guys. This is like a very traumatic podcast. I like throw it at you guys. You guys are like my depression sponge. Just kidding, that's terrible. No, but really, thank you so much for listening, guys. I think I should cut it off here soon. It's honestly kind of late. I'm tired. I love going on my phone and just like, you know, falling into rabbit holes. So I'm so excited to research this a little bit more. I think I want to do like a specific, like I'm going to dive a little bit more, and maybe I'll do like a special episode on this whole CERN thing again, and we'll talk about it more. I'm supposed to be having a guest for the next episode, for my third episode. I know, I keep saying that, but I've had it planned. I have everything, you know, ready to go. It's just a matter of sitting down with the guest and, you know, giving you guys something to talk about. I mean, something to listen to, and us something to talk about. And, you know, I'm excited to sit down and chat and just see if we can get a podcast, get some content, and just run with it. But until then, I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Yeah, I think that's it. Don't have too much fun, you guys. Stay safe out there. July 5th, July 4th. Remember, sometime like that, CERN is turning something on. It's gonna go crazy. Let me know if you guys see any aliens or like any weird anomalies. Let me know if the fucking Fruit in the Loom logo changes again. I don't know. Anyways, good night, you guys. Or good morning. Good afternoon. Hello. Goodbye. Okay, that's enough. That's enough of that. Bye.